I remember a couple years back thinking about like my particular take on business and personal development. And I have such a goofy personality and oftentimes a little bit of a twisted sense of humor. And I remember the thoughts in my head, like, oh, this isn't professional, or you're a little bit on the fringe, like you shouldn't be doing this. And it's so wild because sometimes I'll get tweets or I'll get, email notes or messages on Facebook of people saying, thank you for making me laugh today. Thank you for not taking yourself so seriously. And it's always been those little reminders that kind of give me a little more fuel to think, okay, I'm not totally nuts for just being myself. So I really resonate with what you just shared.
I think for a lot of us, we want so much to be liked that we boil ourselves down to this gray, watery mush.
Yes.
If you're trying to create messages for everybody, you end up speaking to nobody.
That's right.
And in fact, I'll even take it a step further. If you're not creating a negative response from somebody, you're not fascinating to anybody.
I love that you just said that, because I think one of the things that can happen for us as business owners, especially in this day and age, where creating content and putting messages out on a consistent basis requires us to put ourselves out there. And you're gonna get people that say nasty things, and especially in the world of the internet, and our videos are on YouTube, and that's, while there's, millions, if not billions of amazing and gorgeous, wonderful, heart-centered people, there can be a small pool of folks who are just venomous and say the most horrific things that can just get you kind of right in the gut. And I know that over the years, I've developed more of a thicker skin, but when someone's first starting out, a comment that's negative can really knock people on their butts for a little bit and make them question everything and think that they're doing it all wrong. So I love hearing you say that, and I think it's something that we all kind of need to hear more of.
It means you're doing something right. It's really important to be strategically polarizing. For example, on my website, my tagline says, a hogshead is a barrel that holds 62 gallons. So what's your last name, smartass? And I know for a fact that there are certain clients that have literally said, we were going to hire you and now we're not going to.
Yes.
And you know what? That's fine. What a great screener.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be working with them anyway.
Right.
I'm the catalyst. The catalyst comes out big and wants to play and wants to create something. We're not there to toe the line and follow protocol.
Right.
So it's actually great to have those screeners in your brand, for your company and for your personal brand, to say, I'm not for everybody, but the people who love me really love me.
Yeah, and it speaks really well too, because not so long ago when I was on Oprah, I remember a couple years back, Oprah's been someone that's been on my list for a long time. I love and admire her. And I remember thinking to myself sometimes, I'm like, wow, my brand is not like serious enough to get the attention of someone like Oprah, because it feels a little like on the fringe, or a little, I'm a little quirky or whatever. And it was really awesome, to be honest with you, to be able to say, you know what, I can be fully me and still meet with and connect with some of my biggest mentors who are very different than I am, but still there's that resonance and there's that understanding. So it's just more confirmation of what you're saying.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah, please.
So in my house, we buy vanilla ice cream, and we purposely buy vanilla ice cream because even though nobody loves vanilla ice cream, everybody will eat it. It's kind of like the lowest common denominator. You can put it with anything.
Right.
Businesses can be the vanilla ice cream of their category if they have a big budget. In other words, if you have the biggest budget in your category, you can be a little bit boring. You don't need people to love you. You don't need people to champion for you. But if you don't have the biggest budget, you need to be the pistachio. Pistachio is a niche flavor that not everybody loves. In fact, a lot of people hate it, but the people who love it really, really, really love it. They will drive across town for it. They'll pay more for it. They want to eat more volumes. They want to talk about it. The pistachio fan club waves its flag proudly.
Yes.
So you can either be the vanilla or you can be the pistachio. If you don't have the biggest budget, then you need to be the most fascinating. You need to be the pistachio ice cream.
Sally, I absolutely love this conversation. I could talk to you for hours, but let's wrap this up with this idea, and this is one of my favorites. You say the world is not changed by people who sort of care. What do you mean by that?
The world is not changed by people who sort of care. The world isn't changed by companies who sort of care. The world is changed by people who passionately, irrationally, audaciously care. And if you want people to care about you and your company, then you need to communicate your core personality advantages. And when you do, people will passionately care about you.